All right. Welcome. This is going to be the lengthy video. I'm going to go over the links that are on the Canvas site as well as the My Lab Math site. So here we go. After this, you should have a very good understanding of what the class is about. I also just finished up the support video lecture as well. So let's go with it here. I'm going to go to screen share and jam with it here. Okay, support class video just been uploaded here, so please go take a look at that. There is a secondary course that's as a help for this class, and so watch the video, please. The dozen or all 12 of you that are in this class, we should also be in the other class, as it's the little extra resources just in case you need it, sort of resources. All right, so this video is going to be listed right here, the introductory video, and I actually forgot to talk about myself a little bit. I said hello to the class here, but not to me. So just real quickly here on the little profile that I have over here, a little bit about myself here. So I have taught at West Hills College for over 15 years now. It has been a wonderful experience. I enjoy the college setting. I enjoy the intellectual stimulation that it affords, and I enjoy mathematics, so how about that? And so this is the first time also that I get to actually I'm finally teaching the calculus series as well. After 15 years they've allowed me to teach it, so that's great. Before that I did teach at the high school level 6 years, and so thoroughly enjoyed that as well. And so I received my bachelor's degree in mathematics from Fresno State, a local person here, and then I went on for a master's degree from Fresno Pacific because they offered me a scholarship. So I figured, hey, free school, I'll go with that. And a degree at the end, so did that here. Also, don't be shy to post your own bio if you like. And then also the first discussion assignment really that we have is for you to post really a little quick bio about yourself, and you can copy and paste it from here if you like. All right, so back to the course at hand, Math 45, the long video. Let's go with it here. So first thing, I'm going to get to this one a little bit later on here. So grades, you should know what those are. Discussion boards, there are going to be 5 of them. When I set them up, I will send them to you. And the first one's already there. It just tells you to quick view about yourself, a little bio, some questions to answer, and then to respond to others as well. Usually there are going to be word limits. So the word limit to part 1 is 75. Let's see if I can go to it. 75 words, just a quick intro about yourself, and then to respond to others. So it's not just, you're not just saying, yeah, whatever. So there it is. Just what's your major, what school you're planning. These are just questions I just thought of, but you can actually come up with your own if you like here. Oh, this should say part 2 here. Part 2, 50 words minimum, responding to others. And then you go from there. So breakdown of points right there. Okay, so there's that. Assignments we'll get to and get to the home page here. File menu. I talked about this already here. The only thing I'm missing is the student learning outcome exam study guide. So that I'll put that in here. So study guides are here. If you're ready for, as we approach the midterm exam, you should look over here. In fact, if you want to print it out already, just so you have it in front of you. If you are going to print out, click the download button. Otherwise, it just makes this, it just prints a screenshot. That's all. So over here, try to be as thorough as possible here. So this is problem on the test. So that means where there's 30 problems on the test. Next. The second column tells you which section they're coming from. So question number 1 is coming from section 1.1, and the directions for it is write a preference schedule. That's the midterm right there. And then number 2 is going to come from section 2, chapter 1. It's going to say use the plurality method to determine election of winners. So that you should know. I would suggest this. As you start your homework, have this in front of you so then you know which questions to really pay attention to in the homework that are going to come up later. So the plurality method, the border counting method, right? Plurality with elimination. So you have all these things that are going to come up later. You might as well kind of have it sort of in the back of your head saying, hey, I need to have this in my mind as I study for the midterm or as I remember it. PowerPoint slides, here they're at. Just click on those. Then you get a chance to download them here. So it is per section. And I want to see if I can throughout the semester, I'm going to see if I can shorten it up here. So this is, it says Temporary mathematics. This is edition 9, and then this is 1-1. So this is first chapter, first section here, because that's what this is. So the first chapter does have 6 sections in it. We are going to skip chapters 2 and 3. Then we jump to chapters 4, and then we jump to we go to chapter 5. We skip 6 and 7. We jump to chapter 8, and then we have 9, 10, 11, 12. We skip 13, no 13, we have 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's what we have for the class itself. Okay, that's the files, that's the PowerPoint slides, and I'm going to make my lectures off the PowerPoint slides, so that'll be helpful to have them handy. If you want to print them out, I guess we could just do this too here. Maybe you don't have to print out one PowerPoint per slide. You can have them on your desktop as well during lecture, so you're not writing anything. Maybe just write down notes from it here, but I'm going to do this here. Let me download it, just sort of see what it looks like here, and I'm going to open it up as a PowerPoint. And so you have to enable editing here, and you're pretty much good to go for lecture. There it is. I'm going to do the lecture based off of this, and we go from there. The other piece, if you want to print these out, then what you want to do is you want to print right here, and then you have some choices for printing. You can make it into 1 slide per page. You can make it 2 slides, 3 slides with notes. So whatever your preference is. 4 slides. I don't like these ones because they lose a lot of space. But I like either 2 slides per page or 3 slides with little. It kind of is going to look like this here. I thought so that only becomes 5 pages to print out. So it seems to be a good idea doing that way. Save paper and then have some notes to take. Okay. So whichever you like, we'll go from there here. So that's the way you do the notes for the class. Next syllabus we already covered. What I want to cover is, first of all, confer Zoom right here. So this is how we're going to hold office hours. Confer Zoom is the link you're going to click. These are the videos that I've been doing so far right here, and I've been putting them on YouTube here. But once we get a schedule going for online office hours, which most likely will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, my schedule sort of is helpful that way. And so you'll see a little link right here, and it'll say office hours or something like that. You're going to click on it, and then you're in office hours, and I'll email you as well. But to show up to office hours, it's a good time for you to have any homework questions that need to come. And also then I'll do lectures probably during that time too. And then I'll just record the lectures as the lectures for it. So do you have to show up exactly at that time? You don't. It's going to be recorded. But if you have any homework questions, please do so, and we can have a little bit of almost like a classroom feel to the class. All right, next thing is NetTutor. So since you're a student with Western College Coalinga or Lemoore, you do have 40 free hours of tutoring bought by the college. So this is, where do we go? And yours is going to be right over here, calculus and above. You may actually even have some teachers that can even do this here. So West Hills College purchased 40 free hours of tutoring for every single student with this company here. Each person here holds at least a bachelor's degree in the area that they're tutoring. And there's 2 different ways to do it. You can drop in and meet with a live tutor. You click on here. You'll wait a little bit here. The person has a whiteboard, kind of virtual whiteboard. And you just ask your question and really have a session that way. The other way to do it is to drop off a question, like a homework question that you just can't solve, can't get there. Drop it off. And then on this third one here, you either have this is just a catalog of what you've done so far. So you can watch your previous sessions again right here. This is what they call it, the locker. Or if you submitted a question, you'll have your feedback right over here. I think it's usually within 24 hours you get a question back. So use the feature. If it's handy, if it's good, use it. Why not? It's help and support here. Okay, so if you're a Coalinga student, you have this link. If you're a Lemoore student, you have this link. These other stuff are really for me, and this studios is really a new thing. We have not got trained on it yet. Hopefully it's going to be a good thing. Okay, so let's go back to home. The home page is put in as, it's called modules. So when you click on here, this is what you see first. I figure this is the best way to do it because then you have all your stuff in front of you and all your assignments in front of you here. So lectures for chapter 1, I'll start posting them here this week. Hopefully by Wednesday I'll have a few of them in there. Some of them are gathering together from the time I've taught the class in the classroom, and some I'll be recording specifically for this class. So I'll bunch it together. There should be, at the end, should be 6 lectures covering the whole entire chapter, and I'll start those tomorrow. Okay, then we go on to chapter 5. Notice that there's no video link. I'll put that video link on there as soon as I get those sections set up. I do want to go past chapter 10 and say there's your little study guide for the midterm exam. It's the same exact one that we did on the files menu right here. And then the rest of the chapter. So really, as you progress through this, you are doing the class itself. And then you got the final study guide. What I have not put in here is the student learning outcome exam. I should actually put that in. There'll be another tab in here, right here. So hopefully this will be the page you go to for the content of the class. All right, now let's go into where you're going to be actually doing the work. Besides the discussion boards you're going to do here. Oh, actually, the student learning outcome exam you're going to do here as well. So all the rest of the work, the homework exercises, the midterm, and the final are going to be right over here. All right, so first things first. When the first time that you see this here, you do have 14 days of a free trial. You click on it here and you will be directed on how to proceed. If you have a Pearson account, I already covered it in the previous lecture, you just put in your username and passcode and voila, you're in the class. You have 14 days free. If you don't, you create one and then you have 14 days free. After 2 weeks of time, then it's a judgment whether you want to continue in the class itself. You do have to pay, I think, about $80. I think it's $79 for a full semester, 1 semester account. And then they offer you $129 if you want to do a full year account. But I would suggest just do a single semester. All right, but I'm going to go into it here. So I click on the course itself. And before you guys get in here yet, and I see grades here, I'm going to go through it here. So assignments, you can click on assignments themselves. Yours might be a little bit different. You should be able just to click on it here. So click on assignment number 1 and you're good to go. Mine has things that you can change here. I think the student version looks more like this right here. And so it has all the assignments here. Let me take a look. So this is homework chapter 1. Click on it here. And it'll tell you which questions you have. So there are a total of 14 questions. And this is for the whole of chapter 1. We're good. So you're going to take a little bit of time to do these questions, but that's okay. So clicking on it. Oh, I should say this here real quick here. So first things first, there's your score. You have an unlimited amount of time to do the homework questions. So we're good. This is for you to try it, to see what's happening. Why is it not the correct answer? All those things. That's what this is for. All right. And then on the midterm, then you only have 2 tries on the midterm, and you'll have 2 tries in the final. So this is you learning the process right here. All right, clicking on that. As it'll come up sometime. So there it is. We're going to talk about voting in chapter 1. How do we vote? How do votes get counted? What's the system that we use? Actually, even in our politics system, but also other things here. Heisman Trophy, celebrity ballots, American Music Awards. All those things are really just this type of things here. Also, you have some homework help. So real quick here, I guess we should put this in here. So as you click on here, another menu opens up. This is if you need to put in fractions. This is if you put in mixed numbers. This is for exponents, absolute value, square roots, any kind of root, subroots, and coordinates. And then you can click on more. So you have a whole variety of things that come up right over here for you to put in numbers. Now, if you just need to put in a number, you can just click on the 4. That's fine. Or I'm just kind of putting this in 8 and 4. That's it. Okay. The other piece that you have is you have some homework help. This one is a step-by-step solving another problem that's very similar. There's that one. Next, there's view an example. So there's an example that is done, again, a very similar example. You can go and you have the textbook. Oh, that's right, I didn't mention about the textbook. So when you purchase the Pearson My Math Lab, there's an ebook that comes with it already. So if you need that, that's perfectly there. We should talk about it afterwards here. And then you can ask me. I would suggest, please, so I'm not inundated with a whole bunch of questions, you try to solve, try to view the example, try the textbook. And if you're completely stumped, then ask me and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first things first, I can save this like this. Okay, so here it is. You can't save it yet. We have to go down here just a little on the bottom of the page right here. See if he'll do it. Oh, right over here it says check your answer. And why am I not? There it is. No, right in the bottom. I'm not sure why it's not showing it for me. Huh. 1 second. It's down here. It says check your answer. I'm going to check it and it says, oh, you have got incorrect. That's okay. Okay, you have multiple attempts to try it here. I'm going to click it wrong again. Close that. Try it again. Okay, still can't get it. That's okay. Once you save it, that will be sort of your final answer. You should continue with that saving. So you want to be able to do it here. All right. Anyways, that's the homework piece here. I'm going to leave that. All right, so that is the homework questions here. I guess the next thing is don't look at the gradebook here. That's not the course, your course grade. That's just going to solely be just the homework questions, and they're not even partitioned into which percent goes where. So don't go there. But you do want to look at the ebook. So here's your ebook. It is part of the setup for Pearson. So once you get this, you don't have to buy the ebook here. And I'm not sure if mine's going to go through because mine's a teacher account. So they sometimes don't allow teachers to have access to the ebook. So it should be right over here. Let's see if they changed it up by now. Looks like it's changed up. While it's loading here. There's something also called chapter contents. And this is a tool here that says, let me go to chapter 1. So you can just ebook resources here. There's a chapter opener, a little quick video by the author. If you want to just more exercises, if you want to try some over here, that's cool. That all works out there. And there's the view the ebook, and you can view the study plan. That's not what I want. Library, multimedia library. There you go. That's the better one that I want right here. And so this one, you may probably engage in this one here. This is multimedia library. It's all the different other stuff that is allowed with the textbook here. So I'm going to just click on chapter 1, all sections, and I'm going to select all just for you to sort of see what's happening here. And so a few things here. First things first is you have the textbook. There it is. There's a textbook for the class. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Next thing is you have the PowerPoints. If you want to get the PowerPoints here, that's perfect. Okay. Third is voting methods. And so this is a little quick applet. If you click on it here, you can kind of fiddle around with the numbers and it kind of just changes. It's almost like an interactive sort of piece. So if you're an kinesthetic learner, that would be a fun one to play with here. The videos. I like the videos and I don't like the videos. I like the videos because there's an introduction usually per section. That's cool. But then it's not a full video. There's just kind of a few things here and there. So they'll work out an example, like example 1.6. They'll work out that example. But then it's not a full-blown video of the chapter as a whole. So that's what I wish they actually made those. But are they useful? Absolutely. Yes. If you just want to, if you're really stuck on an example problem that's very similar like it, then go for it. Let's try it to see if that's a preference table. Hey, election of a preference table. Example number 1.6 in the textbook. I don't get it. Let me watch a video on it. So in that case, it's pretty cool. I also like the intro. If you want to just do the intro per section, that's cool. So this is the multimedia library piece. All right, so that one's cool. Ebook. Let's see if it's up already. Yes, it is. There's an ebook. Now, the question is if you want to have a physical textbook in your hand. Now, me personally, I like a physical textbook in my hand. And so I have bought all of mine as I teach at the college here. But this one, all yours to have, if you need to. There's a menu that pops up. So we're in chapter 1. Close off the menu. And there it is. It's going to be, oh, and in fact, we have a quick little video of that. The 2015 Heisman Trophy. Now, if you like to read PowerPoint, that's fine. That's all fine and dandy. If you like to read PDF, that's fine. If you really just need a physical textbook in your hand, you may have to purchase it. And if you are going to purchase it, you might as well rent it for the semester. So Amazon.com, maybe a good place to rent it for the semester. Also Chegg.com, Chegg. You should be able to find that textbook. As well. So let me see if I can find it real quickly here. All right, I looked it up, just sort of we see it here. So you have to actually put in excursions in modern mathematics. There's an 8th edition that's very popular on there, but we're on the 9th edition, so make sure it's the 9th edition. So for rent, looks like it's $18.99 at Chegg. And so you have an ebook, so there's no point in getting an ebook here. So if you want a physical textbook and rent it, that's fine. If you want to buy it, there's the used and the new version out there. And then I went to Amazon as well real quickly here. Amazon, there it is. It looks like it's a $16.98 to rent and $165 to buy the book. So all yours. Your choices are there, which way you want to go with it. All right, so back to the textbook. Here's the PDF version of it here. And hopefully between the PDF version and the lecture notes, this might be a good way to do it here. So multimedia, again, make sure that is it, and back to our class itself. All right, so please email me if you have any further questions. If I get 1 or 2 questions that are the same coming from students, I will go ahead and just do a mass class email, because that's something I did not cover. So hopefully that was it, and I wish you well in the class itself.